Today is March 29th, and the Yankees are playing the games in the spring training, and it is cold in the New York City. Mostly we're going to talk about just how cold it is out, all episode.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Double collar today, looking nice. BBD, single collar in the corner. The Yankees are playing the games in the Spring Training League, the Grapefruit League, and it's cold in New York City. We got some topics to talk about. Marwin, the leadoff spot. The best Yankee bet that you should make right now? Jake, did you find one?
BBD, James, wearing his gray hoodie, John Boy Media hat. And he has a picture of us behind him in the shot. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Instapot. I'm doing all right. Cold day in the city, brutal. Got an iced coffee, spit in Winter's face. I'm not playing your game. Don't want it. I'm doing all right. We, we're back at it. Los Yanks, they're playing right now, playing in a minute. And, yeah, man, we're sneaking up on some of the fun stuff. I mean, I heard we were talking about the leadoff spot today, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little giddy.
Okay.
Because Jim, that literally dictates the whole season in a way. Like at 7:05 when the Yankees are playing a road game, bang biscuit, who's up there? 7:10 after the Yankees starters strike out the side, who's hitting for the Yanks? Who's setting the table? Who's big Aaron Judge driving in? Or is he the leadoff guy? We're back in 5. How are you doing? What's that? What is that? What was that?
I need a jingle for when you say back in 5, and then I need a button to turn the lights off.
Yeah. We're working on it. We're close.
We're close. Well, I need a jingle.
I think we could do that with the lights.
And you have a light button kind of right there.
Okay, he's looking at.
But I mean,
potential.
no, I just need like it to be quick.
Right.
We're back in 5, and then I hit a button, and the lights.
I think BBD's got to be the lights guy. I think you got to be the button guy.
Okay.
And it's got to be like ready to be hit at any time. Should be having the app.
So like if I can just turn Jake's light off right now.
Yeah.
I turned all of them off.
Turn those off.
And you have to select the.
Turn the lights a color for a second. That'll get the people excited. We've been doing a lot of work at the studio. Look at that.
Holy smokes.
That's
yeah.
That red was like scary.
Yeah, the burns are going to be fun.
The red room kind of feels like a scary movie.
Yeah, I think this.
You look like you're burning right now.
I'm burning for you. Shout out Bernie Williams, my favorite player. Some people ask that. Whoa.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay. Are you on the color palette?
Yeah.
Know who really likes that?
Who?
Zach.
Obviously.
How do I get like back to no color?
Yeah, let's go some traditional lights. There we are.
Is that?
Yeah, there's a hue. Yeah, there we are.
This feels right.
Okay, great. All right. So when you say back in 5, I just need like a bow. That's the blitz ball. Bow, down, down,
yeah.
down, down. I get that stuck in my head for 2 months now. All right.
Yes.
I have no idea where we left off.
Donaldson, Gallo, Judge, Stanton, LeMahieu,
You have a bet?
Hicks,
Yeah,
Falefa,
we're in the DraftKings studio.
Marwin, Higgy, Clark Schmidt on the bump today. You want to bet right now?
Well, we're in the DraftKings studio, and I asked you to find a cool Yankees bet to tell the people about before the season. Did you find one?
Oh, my God. Dude, this bet people are talking about. I mean, I could give you a bet. Dude, I don't know if I should give the people this bet from DraftKings.
Okay, don't bet it.
What if we do You know what the current over-under on the Yankees wins are?
93.5.
91.5.
Okay.
Betting the over right now.
All right, I'll take the over on that too because it's optimistic season. If you want to make that bet, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY. You bet $5 on that. You can also bet $5 on any college hoops team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win with promo code JOHNBOY this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. You got to be 21 or over. Restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Jake, the PPPs have been coming out. I hope people are enjoying them. Tell a friend. I saw some doing pretty good numbers on the YouTube. I never know about those.
This is doing numbers.
And then on the podcast app, so you got to like those get more than the
That
YouTube.
placed.
Blah 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 blah.
YouTube algorithm is always evolving.
Did the Donaldson episode come out yet?
Yes.
It did.
Believe that was Sunday.
So the Donaldson PPP came out, and we had a whole conversation on that one about where he's going to hit in the order. Because I was saying he's never hit below fourth, really, in the last 5 years of his career. And I thought he was going to be like the 5-6 guy. But now we're getting Boone quotes that he might bat leadoff, and he's been batting leadoff in spring.
Right.
Booney said that he's definitely someone I would consider for the leadoff spot. Guy that controls the strike zone like he does, the ability to get on, power, great hitter. So I didn't think this was going to be a conversation at all. I'm not like really upset about it. It's just kind of like, ooh, I get to go down a new window of thought that I didn't know we were going down. In 2020, shortened season, 373 OBP, 379 in 155 games in 2019. 352 last year, 367 career on base percentage with a 269 average. So what are your initial thoughts? And then also, what does this mean for DJ's spot? Like, how far does he drop? Or what does this mean for the rest of the order?
It's an awesome conversation. Let's go, Yanks. I'm in a pickle. I'm in a bind. Because, man, DJ LeMahieu, when we were talking last season, he was everyone's consensus. If you could change one thing right now, we'd all pick DJ. Make him healthy, make him the guy we saw for the 2 seasons before that, and it would have solved a chunk of the Yankees' problems. Like some contact hitting, the guy before Judge, like setting the tone for the lineup. It just wasn't there. Now, DJ, it appears he's in the super utility role, which is exciting. For me, if I'm being honest, it's equal part exciting as scary. Injuries will happen. I get that. But if they don't happen and then DJ's not playing, we did our Glaber PPP. Is there a ton of pressure on Glaber if DJ LeMahieu, the guy that was arguably the team's MVP for 2 seasons, is now breathing down his neck for playing time? Because they can't bail on Donaldson. He's making big butts. We're talking about him hitting leadoff right now. They just resigned Rizzo, and he's like the first baseman. Like you kind of don't bench Anthony Rizzo. So with all that in the equation, if Josh Donaldson ends up in the leadoff spot, I don't hate it. Like you said, on base, we now jump to, or leadoff, we jump to on base percentage. Josh Donaldson hasn't had an OBP under 352 since 2014. And by the way, he hit 342 that year, which is still a pretty good on base percentage. And like you said, there's some 370s in recent years. With Judge behind him, Josh Donaldson might get some pitches to hit. It's exciting. It's definitely new baseball. I guess that's the other thing in my head. Not that DJ solves this, but it's very much, how much did we talk about the Yankees being this younger, more exciting team coming into the season, and what's going to be our 1, 2, 3? Donaldson, Judge, Stanton? I don't know. That's
a pretty good 1, 2, 3.
It's a very good 1, 2, 3, but it's big righty power hitters and not kind of the.
I don't think that would be the 1, 2, 3. I mean, I think it would be Rizzo 3, Stanton 4.
We'll find out, right?
They put Hicks 3. They like a lefty. They put Gardner 3 last year.
It's true.
They like a lefty 3. That's what the data tells them. And it is necessary. Balance is needed. You just need good lefties. They have good lefties.
And now
Can't
it's just
prioritize a lefty over being actually a good hitter.
I get a little nervous there. We're sliding Stanton down the lineup, and it goes into Jakey's. What does the other team?
You wanted him for?
Depending the lineup, and that's what we're talking about. Like I said, I don't mind judging Stanton being back to back either in that case, but it ties into balance. It's where's Donaldson, because I had Donaldson behind them in that lineup, and I do like DJ up top. Like DJ LeMahieu was hurt last year, confirmed. To fully take away the leadoff spot, which was not even a thought for 2 years. And then he was clearly hurt last year, and to just have that fully be gone, never mind having a spot in the lineup. I guess that's what makes me nervous about it. But if Josh Donaldson is hitting leadoff, I mean, still fire me up. It's cool.
Where would DJ go? I mean,
he's not in the lineup.
Well, when he's in the lineup.
Who's he? So we'll
You
say
think
for
when
now
DJ
he's subbed in for Glaber.
Yeah.
For this example,
All right, so I guess when DJ is in the lineup, we have him batting first. And when DJ is not, Donaldson will bat first. Is that kind of what they're saying?
I don't know. I guess that's what I'd be interested to find out, because if Donaldson's doing well in the leadoff spot, are we now doing too much? You know?
I just would put bat DJ there, and I'd play DJ every day.
Then who's it? It becomes.
I know
the
that's
spin
not what they're
cycle.
building, but that's just what I do. I just have.
Because even if DJ's playing 5 days a week, let's say he rests Rizzo a day, he rests Glaber a day, Donaldson a day.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the plan as of right now, right? So, I don't know. I know in the past, we had some funky conversations about sliding DJ down to, like, add a different bat in the middle of the lineup.
You can do like him 5, Gallo 6.
Yeah, like that.
Like that to just break up.
We had some of those conversations. I just don't know. I feel like then we're putting DJ in a pretty tough spot when you're a rotation player / leadoff hitter. Like, baseball's almost sprinting away from that. Like, baseball's a bat your best guy first or second, and we're having it be a guy who plays 5 times a week, and he's trying to earn as much playing time as he can, and he's hitting leadoff. That feels like a lot of almost unnecessary pressure.
The whole thing feels unnecessary. Play Gallo in center field. DH Glaber. And start DJ at second. And that's a better team. Hey, that's the best team you can make out of the guys you have.
And one thing we kind of have, I feel like, missed a little bit. Like, Donaldson's going to need his share of DH days. The days Stanton's not going to be there. So then there's some DJ at third stuff.
And that's, I think Rizzo will get some DH days, and DJ
mix in.
will play at first. There's a lot of moving parts.
Rizzo doesn't need DH days.
I think the Yanks will give him some.
Yeah.
Also, if you're trying to get DJ at bats, if you can give Rizzo a quote-unquote rest day by him DHing and have DJ be in the field.
Why is the status quo that we need to give DJ should play every game? I don't understand how everyone's just accepting that.
I'm with you, but
you're saying it.
He's the guy that would have a different spot.
Glaber.
I think they love Glaber, dude.
I think they don't. They outright said they don't and all the stuff.
At shortstop, they have him as their second baseman of the future.
They paid DJ a lot of money.
Sure did.
They need Glaber's at like a pivot point where they need to give him like everyday playing time for some amount of stretch. probably to start the year and see, like, are you fixed?
They need to win.
But
Agree.
DJ needs to play every game. And if the plan is not to have DJ play every game, then...
Well, if he's not fixed.
If opening day is tomorrow, do you think DJ's in the lineup?
Yes.
And Gleyber sits?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You think they're that dumb?
I don't think they're dumb. I think they believe in Gleyber, and DJ didn't start opening day in his breakout year, and they think DJ's going to fall into his role again.
They probably they think DJ.
That was a role for $10 million a year or $12 million a year. DJ trying to see what he's got out of Colorado.
Yeah, his 2-year pillow.
Not $100+ million 5-year contract DJ. Like, I don't know. I just think it's weird that I don't know if they've come out and said it, but without them saying DJ is going to be super utility and going to play 5 out of 7, 5 out of 6 days, I don't know why everyone is just acting like that's it.
It's because all of the, like, how they've treated Gleyber throughout this whole process that, yes, they've admitted the shortstop thing, which, by the way, they're kind of taken back saying Gleyber's the backup shortstop.
Well, they say Void, they said Gio. That's just
believe when we see it, I guess. But also, what other choice do they have right now?
So,
which we'll get to.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, you're not seeing that from the Yankees tea leaves at all. Like, I understand your sentiment.
I haven't seen that they said it. So
okay.
I don't know why it's the status quo would be the guy you paid $100+ million and a Gold Glove second baseman plays every day. The young kid who's been awful for 2 years and needs to earn his way back into the lineup shouldn't get the job over DJ. But I don't understand why why my brain's kind of not the populist consensus among Yankees chatter.
DJ didn't have a great year himself last year. He's hurt. I do think Gold Glove DJ, I think he's still a very good second baseman. I don't know if he's a Gold Glove second baseman anymore.
Was better than Gleyber.
We think. Gleyber was solid at second base. Yeah, man, I just don't know. Like, why are we talking about Josh Donaldson leading off?
Because I think it's when...
So where would DJ be?
That's the question. I also think that DJ's just going to lead off, but I think it's like, the one game he's not there, they're just testing it out in spring. Like when they had Chad Green open just in case people got hurt. So then the Boone fields questions about it. And says, yeah, why? He's a good hitter. Of course, like he's in consideration, but I don't really buy it.
I think if DJ's doing what he did last year, which just wasn't good enough to be the everyday leadoff
they're going to need other
options. And at some point, there will be games he doesn't play.
Yeah.
They need to know who can do it.
So if everyone's healthy on opening day, you have Gleyber sitting.
Yes.
BBD?
I think I've got the Donaldson DH, DJ and Gleyber playing third and second. They do the judge and center thing on opening day. I think Hicks is still going to get plenty of time, but I'd see them more. I'd sooner see them sit Hicks on opening day than Gleyber. I could see a world where it's DJ because I think they think he wouldn't care.
Yeah, I mean, I
can see that.
I could see that. I mean, I can see all the options. I think we should be more open about all of that. That's why we're having a conversation. But I mean, I could very easily see the Yankees pointing at opening day. What was it, opening day 2019, and saying DJ didn't start and he had a crazy year. Like,
it's like a pride.
I don't think that's out of the realm.
And I think there's an element of like, if Gleyber's not in the opening day lineup, you broke him day one. We just did his PBP coming soon.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's weird to me that Gleyber's getting. Gleyber should be the one playing 5 or 4 a week, and DJ should be every day.
I guess the reason that's not like the pervasive thought is like because DJ's the one that can play all the positions and like move around, and it kind of doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, but I don't have DJ being the second baseman every day, but I think just have him play in the lineup every day.
I would do that. Consensus.
I don't know if the Yankees are going to do that. I mean, I would do what BBD said, but I don't think the Yankees are going to do that because they want Hicks. They really want Hicks to have a big year because they hate playing the big boys in the outfield.
That's also true.
Yeah. I think they're coming off that. Hicks has been taking a lot of reps in left field. Hicks is starting in left field and Judge is starting in center today. I think
He's given looks.
and like they did Judge in center a lot. Where I think they actually mean that one. Like Judge is going to play a lot of center. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's Judge in center opening day with DJ at third and Donaldson DHing.
Donaldson DHing.
That's what BBD had, yeah.
He's down the stretch last year, and he's also older and all that. Like I think his last 30 of his last 45 games or something were at DH, whatever the exact numbers were. Like I think Stanton's going to play the outfield at least 2 days a week, and one of those days is for sure a Donaldson DH day.
I don't see Rizzo getting many DH days. I don't see first base being a spot where DJ spells.
Yeah. They'll get at least 2 this year.
I think they will just because they're the Yanks. It won't be as most regular.
I'm hoping we get away from the Yanks, like truly, because they even said themselves, we need to change.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Kinda.
you know, we've been rooting for them to change their philosophies for the last couple of years, but they never have. But they never came out and said themselves, we need to change, which they did.
I'll be seeing is believing a little bit.
And realistically speaking, these problems tend to solve themselves.
Right?
So,
knock on wood, although we are getting
right
close.
now we're looking good.
We are getting close.
Did Rizzo DH at all last year? I mean, he was in the NL for a while, so.
Rizzo. Remember A-Rod? How about K-Rod? That'll be coming soon, huh?
Mm-hmm. And the Yankees have two Apple TV.
Apple TV.
No, he never DH last year.
In the 2020 season where they had universal DH, he only got 1 day there.
I mean, he's
I think
really good defender.
And he's a really good defender.
And he plays every day.
I'd take the over on 0.5 DH days for him.
Yes, but not like in the routine.
Yankees.
Yeah, like I don't think we're going to see his DH day
I
once
want
every
it.
2 weeks.
Give it to me, Yanks. Give it to me, Yanks.
They'd probably sooner do like a late sub, like get him out of games early or something if they think he needs his time. Rizzo's a play every day guy. We talked about that.
Evaldi on opening day, so a righty.
Oh yeah, they're gonna want Hicks in there.
Man, I don't know. It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
Yeah, so Hicks is in there opening day with Evaldi on the bump. I mean, I know in the long run opening day doesn't matter, and it's more like the whole month. Let's see. But I just am confused why DJ isn't accepted as he's going to play every day, and Glaber's the one that's fighting for time.
I would just say because of 2019 and DJ being more versatile, and DJ didn't start opening day.
But being more
every
versatile
year.
doesn't mean he should play less.
I agree, but it's what they did and it's what worked that year. And even when he was getting 12 mil, I mean, he's getting 15 mil. It's not like DJ jumped from a 10 mil to 22 mil in their eyes. Like, I don't know. I can see all 3 options we just talked about.
I know DJ didn't play opening day, but he played.
Right.
Like every day, right?
Yeah, I think he was in the starting lineup second game of the season there.
I don't think like they did like he plays only 5 out of 7 or.
I think that was the plan, and then someone got hurt, right? Was that an Andujar starting at third year?
I think 19 was the year Andujar started.
So like,
it was like he's gonna play 5 days a week. The opening day line.
I think we're having 2 different conversations.
Oh, yeah, Andujar got hurt on the 3rd day, and DJ played. I mean, every day after that.
Yeah. So I think we're having kind of 2 conversations. I think there's opening day if everyone's healthy, and I think it's regular playing time. I very much agree DJ should be in there every day. And if he's healthy, he's going to earn his way to play every day because he's one of
So
the
you
best hitters
think
on
he'll
the team.
play? You think he should play every day? You just don't think the Yankees are going to do that.
In my heart of hearts, and it's like this isn't me as the GM, it's just kind of reacting to what the Yankees have been. If opening day was tomorrow and everyone was healthy, I do think DJ would start on the bench. That's not what I would do, but I do think that's what the Yankees would do.
That's so stupid if they do that. Like, I'm prep myself for some dumb decisions. That one is out of my realm of, like, you can't pay a guy that much money and he's not your opening day starter.
Right.
Because the opening day lineup should be like, if this was a playoff game,
Right.
this is the lineup. You cannot not start the guy you're paying that much money who was back-to-back top 5 MVP candidate and was hurt last year. So that would be like so dumb that I can't even fathom it.
Right. I mean, I think they would look at 2019 and say everything worked out for DJ.
But they had no idea who he was in 2019. They thought
No.
he was a
It
util,
surprised everybody.
and they had no idea he was going to be like that good. It
It's true.
was a completely different thing.
Yeah, I guess just 2021, like Glaber and DJ's offensive profiles aren't crazy different from last year. I know DJ was hurt. Glaber couldn't handle short. Glaber finished the year strong. Like, this Yankees front office, like, I know financially they made the bigger investment in DJ, but Glaber Torres, they were giving him the treatment. They were giving him the future shortstop of the Yankees treatment. So there's still a lot of guys in that front office that are very invested in Glaber.
Yeah. Someone in the chat asks, what would you do? I said it. I would start DJ and have Glaber on the bench.
I would have Hicks on the bench.
Well, if that's an option, but because it's a lefty, or righty, I'm not gonna be that upset if they start
Right.
Hicks, because you do have to let your lefties face righties during the regular season. Otherwise, it's a little messed up. But if it was a righty on the mound, I would definitely do what BBD said and DH Donaldson and have the Towers in the outfield.
I guess the only part about that hurts me a little bit is Josh Donaldson is really good at third base and DJ is good at third base. So it's one of those, like, is that really our best lineup?
But don't you think it's the same disparity between Glaber and DJ?
And Donaldson
A little bit,
has the,
yes.
And Donaldson has the calf.
But you're okay
history.
with Glaber getting it over DJ?
I'm not. I think it's how the Yankees are thinking about building this season. Like, I think if things went well for Glaber this year, the bat's there, he's hitting well, he's confident in his defense, I think his defense can be more similar to DJ's at second than DJ's can to Donaldson at third when Donaldson at his best.
Okay. Kiner Falefa lead off?
Saw some people in the chat saying that.
I don't know if they're joking or not. That's where we're at with
It's real for now.
that's where we're at with the chat. And
It's real for now.
Izzy.
He feels as locked into the 9 spot as anybody.
No. Catcher will be 9.
Double leadoff stuff. I don't know. He's either 8 or 9.
What about news from around camp? New segment. News from around camp.
News from around camp.
That's the next paragraph here. News from around camp brought
I'm
to
ready
you
for it.
by Roman. BBD's ready. BBD is ready for when the moment of intimacy arrives. And you also need to be ready. Roman ready. Whether you've been in a relationship for years or you're just getting started, having the confidence that comes from preparation means you're free to enjoy the moment when the moment comes. Are the Yankees ready for opening day? Are they listening to this and saying, shut up, guys, we know what we're doing.
We got
We
it.
got it.
Got
Don't
it.
even worry about
Trust us.
it. Evaldi opening day is awesome. That's the last pitcher they faced in the wild card.
How about that?
What? It's a wild card. It's Evaldi versus Cole.
Knew
That
what was
is a
coming.
cool and fun storyline. I'm Roman ready for that. If you guys need help with your wieners, that's fine. 52% of guys age 40 to 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Go to GetRoman.com/Yanks now. Speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction. Get $15 off your first month of treatment. It's more common than you think. If you are prescribed, you get $15 off your first month. It ships to you free with 2-day shipping. It's straightforward, convenient, and discreet. GetRoman.com/Yanks. $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have the confidence and control this spring.
That'd be nice.
Confidence and control. Yes.
I mean, that's kind of what we just talked about, right?
Yeah. News from around camp. Deivi Garcia and Luis Gil making a strong bid to make the big league roster. I disagree with that. But that's what it says here. The big note is Deivi Garcia's velo was up. He was pumping like 94 to 96 when he sat.
95.5.
Yeah, that's really big for him. He's probably throwing around some coconuts in the offseason. And Luis Gil, Booney said that he's got the best fastball in all of baseball when he throws it for strikes.
Pretty great quote.
Pretty great quote.
Pretty great quote, Skip.
Because that translates directly to he don't have no control. And that's what that. We'd like him to work on his control.
Yeah, we want him to work on that. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Deivi guy. Short King, believe in his makeup too. And yeah, still super young. Like Deivi Garcia is what? Is Deivi 23? Like Deivi is still 22. He turns 23 in May. Like there's a lot of guys that don't make it to the big leagues until they're 24. Last year, Deivi got lost, and like the Yankees talked about it, which means Deivi got really lost. They messed with his arm slot. We are all currently Matt Blake stands. A reminder, they didn't add anything to the pitching staff because the pitching was actually really good last year, and Matt Blake does deserve a lot of credit for that, for, the sinker guys, Clay Holmes, Johnny Laza. So I'm still in on Deivi. I don't know what that means for this year. Deivi isn't in control of that, really. There's going to have to be injuries and circumstance in front of him, along with doing well in AAA. Now, if Deivi has his first 3 starts in AAA, Deivi looks good, I will be full on the bus. And Luis Gil, I mean, right now, those guys as depth starters, it's not as... You can buy yourself, normally the Yankees have a 6 starter in camp that we say, if this guy ends up throwing the pill for us, who was the guy that was a Red Sox, Chacin? Julis was in camp. I know, we got a little jazzed up over him. I'll tell you what, I'm a little excited when the Yankees do need spot starts this year. Luis Gil had a little magic last year in that incredible fastball when it's a strike. Deivi, hopefully a little bounce back season. We'll see if they stretch out Clark. We'll see if King is stretched out. We know that a bunch of guys get starts during a regular season. And Deivi, man, like we heard a little bit that he kind of got Sonny Grade, like they tried to make him throw a slider when the curveball is kind of his pitch. And if that fastball is ticked up, like those are tangible things. You're a tangible guy. That would be really, really nice for Deivi to kind of get back on track to have a role on this Yankees team.
I'm interested to see what they do with curveball. I'm interested to see what they do with this curveball because it was a completely different arm slot.
You're right.
So hitters could just pick it up. And they tried to change it, the arm slot or the pitch, to more of a slider because the arm slot, the tunneling was there. So like their intentions were good.
Right.
But they could have said, hey, you're 22. This pitch isn't going to work in the bigs. You need to have 2 pitches that come from the same slot. So in 2021, we're just going to, you might fail miserably, but we just need to change this. And that's the plan. And that's like, maybe that they knew that. Maybe they were like, we're surrendering the results
Right.
for at AAA this year because you need to change this. Like, I don't know how it went down or what the thought process was. Maybe they just go back to the curveball. Like, all right, didn't work. Or they say, that we made good ground. Now we're going to succeed. I have no idea. So I'm interested to see what they do. Like you said, I'm excited about our spot start options. I'm excited about Schmidt, Deivi, Heel, even Kinger, even like guys that are on probably in the bullpen. I am excited about the spot start options, which I think last year we were not at all. Or we were a little more hesitant.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know, if we're being honest, we didn't really know who Luis Heel was before last year. Deivi was kind of the guy, and like you talked about, his season got derailed almost instantly. Clark Schmidt had a bunch of injuries. So, yeah, like our spot start depth, I think we just did his PPB. Mike King had 6 starts last year. Don't fully remember that. So, yeah, I love it. Some young guys that if they get the chance and they succeed, which are 2 big things, they could add some like real fun juice to the Yankees season,
Yep. I don't see either of them breaking camp unless there's an injury or they break camp, get used, sent back down, come back up because
expanded rosters and
even with
usage in April.
Even with the expanded rosters, I don't think they're the fit, and I think the best strategy is to go to AAA and start starting games for Heel and Deivi and Schmidt.
Going through the Yankees starts last year, 15 Yankees had starts. 6 had 14 or more. You would get those guys: Nestor Kluber, Herman, Taillon, Monty Cole, King, Heel, Heaney, Nick Nelson with 2.
First ever in his life.
Deivi with 2. Litke and Wandy, a couple openers. Clark Schmidt with 1 that won against the Mets. You won your bet.
Mm-hmm.
Asher Wojciechowski with 1.
Yep.
So, yeah. Not as much juice in that crew as if I was reading off Hill, Deivi, a healthy Schmidt, ideally.
Mm-hmm. Someone said hyped for Steven Ridings out of the bullpen, but like, is he even alive?
What's going on with Ridings?
Like, he was big enough to get updates, but we get no updates. He got injured, and I don't think he's healthy yet, but I have no idea.
What's going on with Steven Ridings? If you're a family or friend member, let us know.
Please.
Because we're interested. It was a really fun moment last year again.
He was awesome. Next topic on our sheet.
Oh, the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will the Yankees get any last-minute pieces?
Mm.
Asked about what new additions to the team would cost, Cashman said the financial flexibility provided by ownership doesn't mean the payroll won't get higher, but that doesn't mean it will either. Great non-answer by Cash.
Okay.
Could have just stared blankly.
An answer that makes you nod your head even though you got nothing. Like, oh.
Could have just stared at the reporter blankly, and we would have been walked away with the same thing.
Like, should have just showed the reporter a GIF.
It's like a classic Jakey answer. Like half.
Like half, yeah.
Maybe.
I haven't used like half in a while. I gotta start bringing that back.
Before you do the next thing, Ridings has a quote when he got to Tampa. He slipped a disc weightlifting in January or February.
What is Steven Ridings doing lifting weights? He's like 6'6", 120.
During the lockout, it was tough to get on a rehab plan.
Can you give me Ridings' height and weight?
I can. 6'8", 220.
6'8", 220. You think Blevins ever was lifting weights?
No, I do think if we saw Jerry and Ridings next to each other, I think Ridings got a little more. Jerry Blevins has that just naturally skinny he couldn't shake if he wanted. Like, I think if Steven Riding wanted to get a little chunky, he could. Blevins cannot.
Maybe I'm remembering his picture.
He's just super. Dude, 6'8", that's a different level of tall. You Googling Steven Ridings naked?
No, I just don't know why. It doesn't seem like you need to lift weights. You're 6'8" skinny pitcher.
I shouldn't have Googled that.
Obviously, you want to stay in shape, but like enough to hurt yourself. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah, that's.
New thing looking at Josh Donaldson's baseball reference, they have like the old headshots and stuff. The 2 that are in there are his Yankees headshot and his Cleveland headshot. The two teams nobody will remember he played for.
For who?
Donaldson. And that made me laugh.
Yeah.
His writings at Somerset. He's got a little meat on the bone.
I mean, once you stand next to him with a 6'8",
Right.
I don't know. It might.
I guess a big boy.
He's big, yeah.
Bigger than us, fair.
Yeah, bigger than us on top of each other. Will Gardy come back? They kind of talked about it. Doesn't seem like it at this point. Would have happened, and if it happens now, it might be like in April.
And that's unless it's like kind of the next 24 hours. Like this is kind of the window because like Pujols just re-signed with the Cardinals. Pretty cool stuff. But like, when we talk about ramping up in spring training, like unless Guard Dog is going to sit out and wait till, if Hicks gets banged up in May and the Guard Dog's like, bring me in, which I wouldn't rule out. Like if Brett Gardner doesn't sign with another team, he's on the table all year.
Yeah, unless he gets really mad at them.
Right.
Goes to the Red Sox.
Okay.
Just because he's so mad at him.
He'd be pissed. He'd be pissed.
Rortvet is like playing now. He's like throwing the ball around.
I've been doing catching drills, and I think he took dry swings yesterday.
I am drinking the Kool-Aid on Higgy a little bit because I like him personally, and he hit like 5 homers in spring.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3 homers.
I sparked that.
3 homers in spring, 500 batting average. I mean, spring training means dick.
Yeah.
It's better than going over, but really not really doesn't mean anything. I can't believe they're... Go, Higgy, go.
Go, Higgy, go, Higgy, go.
Go, Higgy, go, Higgy, go.
Look at that. We figured it out.
So I think they're done. I think they have their squad. Gardner, maybe. I think they had the Gardner plan in reserve in case a trade went through. And then there was just like a spot open or like a shift happened.
Right.
But the trade's not going through. So now they're just like, this is our team.
Yeah, I think.
Waiting for
Why are
whatever
people
injury.
in the chat saying Kiner for leadoff and being serious?
Spring training excitement.
He has a career 316 on base percentage.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know.
He's not like so fast that you talk yourself into that.
There's still batting average people out there, man. Yeah. No, it would be a shocker of all shockers if it happens at this point. And I think the people that the Yankees would be trading for, the pitchers out in Oakland, Murphy, Laureano, even like the Reds, some of the other sellers, at this point, this close to opening day, I think the trade offer really doesn't change between now and June. Like, unless their players having a really bad season, which then do the Yankees want to trade for them? Like, if Manaea goes out and has 5.5 ERA, he's still a trade asset to a degree. A pitching coach could say I could get in there and change him. If Sean Manaea goes out and he's got a 3.3 ERA, the price tag from right now till then, heck, it might have even gotten better for Oakland. So they're probably fine standing pat for a little bit. Like I forget if I said it on here. There is going to be an Oakland trade this year. Is it with the Yankees? I have no idea because they're going to get a real prospect package. But one of their big prospects that they got from Atlanta is a catcher. So I do see Sean Murphy getting moved at some point, probably Laureano. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Oakland A's, I don't think you're feeling any pressure anymore. I think there was pressure to move Olsen and Chapman. But, by the time the trade deadline gets here, are there 2 more injured center fielders? And the market for Ramon Laureano is crazy? I could absolutely see that. So, This is probably the Yankee team, barring a surprise, or barring something small. Like, remember, we got Mike Talkman the day before opening day. I know you wanted our research development fans to find out who are the non-roster invite catchers. Like, one of those things can happen, but like the bullpen's locked up. Guys are out of options down there.
Yeah.
The rotation pretty much locked up. I mean, we're talking bench spots at this point.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I was originally thinking starting catching is open.
It'd still be a platoon catcher would be the biggest leap at this point.
Yes.
Pretty much. Outside of something nuts that would have us in here doing a reaction episode and we'd be talking about ranks.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't done Kiner Fluffa's PPP right yet.
I believe it's the first one we do in our next session. Though.
Ooh.
I'm digging into stats right now because the leadoff gang is like scaring me.
Sure.
I hope they get all their dreams
Did
fulfilled.
you see that double the other day, dude? Swung, hit it down the line.
Just hard to imagine it ever happening, but especially before he actually plays a game.
He is in the 95th percentile for strikeouts and the 1 percentile for walks and the 95th percentile for whiffs. How is this your leadoff guy?
95th percentile means he doesn't whiff, doesn't strike out. That's like what they like about him. It's red, right?
But no, but he has but his other stats are worse.
He doesn't walk at all.
He doesn't walk at all. Yeah, his strikeouts good. He doesn't walk at all. It's his hard hit is like nothing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't walk at all.
His on-base percentage is pretty close to Miguel Andujar's career.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he stays and plays the whole season.
Yeah.
And we got guys putting him in the leadoff spot.
The thing they like about him is he'll just put the ball in play, which is...
He's Torres.
Yeah.
He can be
He's supposed
better.
to be Torres with
He's
like a
supposed
tick
to
up
be.
and
He can be a little better, but the guy that they're getting right now is a similar profile to Ronald Torres.
Yeah, Torres is like the promise. It's like hopefully.
Yeah, that's what you're guaranteed. We're hoping it elevates more and more and more.
111 games for Baby Toe last year. I do have something I want to put into the ether, and this is going to feel. Yankee fans are going to be mad to hear me say this. Actually, some will be excited, and those people in the chat will be mad.
Dude, speaking of the Yankees game right now, Ronald Torres at the dish.
Obviously.
That's wild.
That's all he knows.
Schmidt's got him 0-2, but Schmidt's already given up 2 runs.
IKF has a gold glove, right?
At third, yeah.
At third base. He had a very nice defensive year at shortstop last year. If you play shortstop, you could probably play second, right? And he can run a little bit. Not elite, but well. That's a body the Yankees can use. I just don't know if it's the everyday shortstop. I think at the end of the year, I think we're going to have a lot of different thoughts about IKF.
Right now, he's the short tops.
Short tops. Like, I'm buying Volpe cards.
I was
Tops.
They went out and got this guy, man.
I know.
They picked up Donaldson's $50 million. They didn't make other moves. This was their piece. This was the Yankees' like, our move is we're going to get Kiner Fluffa.
I think they love Donaldson. I mean, think about we just had the...
But they didn't go to the Twins and say, we want Donaldson.
They're like, well, they might have been happy to take Donaldson in the process.
They're
Twins
happy
said
to
you
take
can get him
Donaldson.
if you take on this.
But I think it's a little bit of window dressing for the kids that we know they do believe
I think
in.
maybe part of
Yeah,
what they
that's
love
it's
about
a factor. But I'm still saying they could have just kept Wade if they thought Volpe was going to come up this year.
I think they do have IKF over Wade.
I know that, but
I think part of what they like about him is
if Volpe's
won't
coming up
stand in
this
the
year,
way.
like you're saying right now, like thinking, then like they wouldn't have needed to do all that for a 3-month gap.
Yeah, I think if they force the issue, I think they love that IKF wouldn't stand in the way, but or shouldn't.
Path of least resistance.
Where if they even if they did the Correa deal, for this year, you're guaranteeing none of the kids.
Let's get some tops, dude. Let's be the tops about it.
The tops.
Oh, the bunt app? Are you kidding me?
Tops Bunt
I'll go
22. The official digital trading card. You said you're getting Volpe cards.
I'm going to buy a Volpe Tops card right now.
Trading card of Major League Baseball is back for the 2022 season. Collect and trade your favorite players from across the league with baseball fans around the world. Complete sets to earn awards. Combine common cards into rarer ones and more. Bring your card collection to life by setting lineups using cards in real-time scoring fantasy contests. Seems like you'd like that a lot. For more info, download the free Tops Bunt app by clicking on the link in the description or visiting the App Store or Google Play. Tops Bunt 22. I can't see Volpe coming up. Walter Briggs says that in the chat. I also can't. He hasn't taken at bat at AA yet. I don't know. Stop. I go from watching spring and getting excited to then thinking about, I am excited for the top of the order. I'm more excited about Donaldson than Connor Falefa, which is
Not how the
Maybe.
Yankees
feel.
We don't fully know. We know they've had their eyes on IKF, but look at Donaldson's baseball savant.
Yeah, I know.
Still hits the ball.
And we're talking about him hitting leadoff. I think the Yankees very much like Josh Donaldson.
Izzy's got the new swing. I mean, that might help. He's got the Van Schrorak, whatever his name is. The Justin Turner, the Bellinger, not Bellinger, the high leg kick swing, he has that now. He went and worked out at that place.
And he's a worker. He's a little bit of a hardo from what we've heard, which the Yankees needed a little more of that. So yeah, I get it. But it just doesn't seem like the end of the year plan. And I'm very willing to be wrong on it if he's the defensive stud, slappy pest at the bottom of the lineup that we've been looking for. But if people, like you're saying,
I'm worried about, my expectations are rather low. I'm worried that people's are rather high.
Just got 5,000 coins on the Tops Bunt app.
Him and Wade had similar seasons last year.
Lefty, all that.
So.
Getting a little PPP-ish on him, but feel bad for him that kind of a lot of his perception is going to be based on what everyone else does. Because if everyone else is doing what they're supposed to do, cool. But
yeah, I'm interested. Hey, maybe he puts the ball in play, steals some bags, and is a crowd favorite. Hope so.
Buying Volpe cards.
We have a section here, everything you want to know about Ben Rortvedt. Do you want to do this section of the show?
Probably quick. I mean, we should. Ben Rortvedt is well liked by the Yankees organization. There's a chance we see a lot of Ben Rortvedt this year.
Tanner Swanson, who was the Twins coach, catching coach, likes him.
I think we just heard someone else too.
He's been. Susan said this over the weekend on the broadcast. He's like Cressy's catcher.
That's what it was.
So Cressy's been with him the last couple off seasons. He's 24 years old.
Cressy GM back at it.
They know him.
What the fuck does that mean? He's Cressy's catcher?
He catches at Cressy's facility in the off seasons. He worked with Verlander when he was working out there and rehabbing, and whoever else has been over there.
It's Cressy's catcher, Jim.
I'm glad that does something for someone.
It's Cressy's catcher.
They've Swanson was with the Twins when he was
Who's
first
Dono's catcher?
I would love to see Dono's catcher.
Come on, that's a bizarre sentence.
Yes.
Cressy is a strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
I mean, when have you ever heard someone say he's the strength and conditioning coach's catcher?
Right.
And it means something.
Right.
Owns the facility and stuff. It's a weird sentence.
I mean, Cressy's really good at what he does. We have friends in the industry who say he is revered. So I'm not knocking Cressy at all. It's just he's not a scout nor a pitcher.
Yeah, injuries weren't really the problem last year.
He was a normal.
The team could not hit.
Team could not hit.
The gun was not loaded.
They had a normal number of injuries, which was a great change of pace.
Semi-pro.
It's a good scene.
Oh, I did
Rortvedt.
get hit. Do you like the name Rortvedt? Is that a big hurdle for us?
Yeah. It's a bad name.
Yeah.
Does he have a nickname?
Ooh, now we're talking. B-Row? Vet? He kind of can't be vet until he's a vet, right?
Benny R.
Rort? Ugh,
Rort?
I don't like Rort.
I don't know. Oh, the nugget is that I wanted to share. I'll save it for Kiner Fluff's PPP.
Okay.
We were told he's not consistent.
Hot and he's cold. Have a hot start, kid.
Which is tough if you're not a power guy to be hot and cold. If you're like a put the ball in play guy, you got to be consistent with.
That's why people like on base players.
Yes, because they're
Not
consistent.
hitting, you still get on base.
Yeah.
Still puts the ball in play when he's cold, but they aren't translating to hits.
Yeah. The gun was not loaded.
Someone in the chat just said, "Bro, you need vowels in Rort Vet."
Yeah. It's true. Ooh, don't go to don't go to Izzy's game log from last year and look at stretches. I'm telling you.
Does he have hot stretches?
Well,
How hot? How good's your good?
He's gotta.
See Cressy's shortstop?
I mean, I'm looking at a 40-game stretch right here. 218 on base percentage with a 228 slugging.
The rest was okay.
So, like, I saw a bunch of people in the chat saying he's consistent, and it's like the exact opposite of what we heard about him.
Yeah.
That he is a streaky contact guy. So I can try and find a hot stretch just to see how good's his good. But
I'm looking at an 840 OPS, 35 game stretch.
there you go. I mean, that's the balance right there.
And it was pretty early in the year. Not early enough for him not start with like a bad first 2 weeks.
I got a 23-game stretch here, 800 OPS, 323 batting average. Okay.
Big year. Huge Ep Thursday.
Yeah.
A famous Talkin' Yanks Ep. Stop looking at stats. You know what you're going to run into.
Out of the 6 months of baseball
Yeah.
for Isaiah Kiner Falefa last year, how many months do you think he had an on-base percentage above 315 out of the 6?
1?
2. Three months he didn't have one above 300. I'm getting very worried about our offensive production from the shortstop and catcher position. I know they're defense first positions, but we're signing up for nothing.
Need everybody else to be good. Like good.
And we need Higgy and Kiner Fluff's defense to be like good.
If you want Kiner
Just like
Falefa,
better than what's
if you want
promised.
Kiner Falefa to be a leadoff hitter, you should want Glaber to be a leadoff hitter. Maybe that'll help Yankee fans.
Marwin Gonzalez is up. We keep forgetting to talk about him.
Marwin on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played him at shortstop last week, and
Yeah, I think he's
every spring game.
the backup shortstop.
Poke that homer. That was cool.
Poked it. He slammed it. It was a big homer.
It's a big homer.
It was a huge homer.
Keith got the ball.
That was cool.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right after he was in the booth with John and Susan.
It's like the next inning.
That's awesome.
It's like the best 40 minutes you can have.
Yeah, I think that Marwin is going to be on the team.
Just homered.
Marwin did?
Yep. 3-run homer.
So he's the backup.
Not doing
he's the
play-by-play, but
Is he a righty? He's a lefty.
switch hitter.
Switch. So he's the backup shortstop switch hitter to start the year.
Has played every defensive position besides catcher.
Yeah, and he's
Like
played
at least
short
10 times.
twice or 3 times now in spring.
Yeah.
Good, because you can't put Glaber at short because you publicly said you don't like him there.
Yeah. He's only played Since 2019, he's played 13 games at shortstop. And he's 33 now.
But they're running him out there.
I think they're gonna.
He got a game, so did Glaber.
They're desperate for a guy who can play short.
I think they're hoping they can catch a hot month with the bat, and with shifts they can fake it with him at short for a stretch in a backup role.
Hoodie Glaber's been some good tweets on the Marwin front.
I missed his Marwin.
If you go Hoodie Glaber, Marwin, because he's a Hoodie Glaber at his roots is a sweet boy.
Yeah.
And a couple of the Yankee Beats guys.
10 seconds ago, Hoodie Glaber tweeted, "Marwin is making the team. LOL."
He was replying because a couple of the beat reporters were like, Marwin Gonzalez, versatile, switch hitter, could add something really nice to this Yankees team. And Hoodie Glaber would just calmly respond he's been so bad the past couple of years. So
I don't think he's gonna. I think he is not gonna be on the team throughout. I just think he's an April bench spot.
Could be a fine bench guy we enjoy for a little bit. Have a couple timely hits, catch the ball.
Seems to have a great shot at the opening.
Bingo bongo. And I got a take for you, big Jakey take.
Yeah.
I think the guys like Marwin.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's because he was apologetic about some of the Astros stuff. Maybe he said something, but when he homered the other day, the guys were having fun with Marwin. So I don't know. Maybe he's just a fun personality guy. Yeah. But I think the guys like Marwin.
I was gonna say he obviously
Do you want
has
to say
that
caught me?
stuff,
Do you want to say it?
Caught me a Marwin.
Burn all the lights.
Huge episode Thursday. Joe's McFly.
Our annual, this is the 5th or 6th year we're doing it. Yankees season over/under with Joe's McFly coming up on Thursday. So everyone's got to send them in, right?
Yep, there'll be the prompt, and it'll tweet tomorrow will remind you what kind of stuff we look for.
BBD, I have an over/under for you.
Do we have the results from last year?
Yeah, we usually go over them.
Yeah.
Usually go find those notes and take a look.
I have an over/under for you, BBD.
Right now?
Yes. It's about the over/unders. 15% of the over/unders, we choose the under. Over/under. Your thoughts?
Ooh, I think over because we also kind of look for when I sort through them, I'm picking over/under prompts that are not just a stat line, because we're gonna pick the Yankee to hit more homers probably, or have a better season. We look for fun stuff.
Usually the audience is giving us the most unrealistic high numbers.
A lot of high numbies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us adjusting some scales.
Judge over/under 50 home runs.
Well, if everything clicks.
We've seen him do it.
The 1-2 to Josh Donaldson is called strike 3. That'll end the inning, end the show here at Talkin' Yanks. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.